What's up, Timberwolves fans? How's it going? We're back again, another episode of Timberwolves Today. I'm your host, Tyrus, and we have a Lakers game to talk about. Yeah, we play the Lakers tomorrow on October 29th, fifth game of the season, and there's a lot to discuss surrounding it. Obviously, no Anthony Edwards for us, but there is no LeBron James and no I almost said Luka Garza. He's just on the mind since we lost him on the Timberwolves. No Luka Doncic for them. Doncic, Doncic, however you want to say it, however you like to say it, none of it. Um, so it's going to be the Austin Reeves show and the Rui Hachimura show for them. Maybe the DeAndre Ayton show, I guess, if Rudy wants to get bodied by him again. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's weird to play a team this soon. Like they were our second game of the season, and now here we are facing them in just another week after that. To me, that's strange. NBA, like that's a weird schedule. If you ask me, like I think that is a weird schedule. Um, I don't really love it. I'm trying to get back to ESPN here. There we go. We're 2-2. They're 2-2. Doesn't mean much. There's 82 games in a season. I'm all over the place tonight. 82 games in a season. 78 games left. Obviously, ESPN is giving us a whopping 72% to win this game. Um, we're pretty heavily favored. Obviously, it's a home game for us. That helps. We know we are a much better home team than we are an away team. Um, Weird stat for you today. We've only played on October 29th 7 times in total for Timberwolves history. All those seven, we're like 4-3. We're 4-1 at home, and then obviously that makes us 0-2 on the road. But when it's not a leap year, we are 3-0. And 2025 is not a leap year. So do with that what you will. That tells me one thing: we're due for a win tomorrow. Hopefully, we can beat this team. Reeves is a problem. He's gonna get his 50 points by him the other night was diabolical. I was honestly, I like the guy. I wish he's someone that we could trade for, but I don't think they're gonna let him go because the three-headed monster that they have with LeBron and Luca and him are pretty crazy. Obviously, LeBron probably won't be there much longer this year, maybe next year. This year is the only given one in that span, so it's probably Reeves and Luca, taking the Lakers to the future. But without Ant, we are a big question mark. We'll get to it a little bit later on who I think will be stepping up, but the Nuggets game, we saw what Jaden is when he's the second scoring option, and he's very serviceable. He's very good, I think. Julius Randle had a very nice game as well, but Jaden, if he can keep that up, he's going to earn himself a very high place, not only on this team, but in the NBA. I think a lot of people don't really know what to think of him because he's the Timberwolves' like third option. Maybe he's the third option. I would say now he is certified the third option. Last year he was like the fourth option, and it just was kind of a weird spot for him as a whole. But I don't know. I I think we can do it. I think we can do it. So let's get to the next thing. No Luca, no LeBron. We have to beat this injured Lakers team. LeBron is out with sciatica, which I had to look up. I didn't even know how to say the word. I've heard of it. Never didn't know how to say it. If you're not familiar, it's back affecting the lower, or it's pain affecting the back, hip, and outer side of the leg caused by compression on a spinal nerve. So that's not good. Often owing to degeneration of an internal vertebrae disc. Yeah, LeBron's old. That's what I'm taking away there. LeBron is an old man if he's getting hurt by that. Uh, that's painfully obvious. That sucks. Just don't like to see anyone get old, especially LeBron for how long he's been around. Year 22. That's crazy. He's not going to make his appearance for the team until like mid November. So we'll probably only see him twice this season, would be my guess. Because I think the Lakers are a team we play 4 times. And so two of them are going to go away here within October, which is nuts. Um, and then Luca is out. I honestly missed what he was out with. Finger, leg. How do you? I I missed the first Lakers game, and I missed what whenever he got injured in the season. Somehow 5 games in, we have this many injuries. But I did miss that, and he's obviously out until November 5th, so they're gonna be without him. Also on their injury report is Marcus Smart, who's day to day for tomorrow. Yeah, his quad, I guess. is what it's saying. Jackson Hayes also questionable for tomorrow with a knee injury, but it sounds like he's gonna play. Gabe Vincent also out with an ankle, so no him, and Maxi Kleber also out. So they're pretty banged up. I'm not even sure what the depth chart looks like for them at this point. Yeah, dude, if Marcus Smart doesn't play tomorrow, there's a real chance that they are forced to start Bronny James, which obviously I don't think is the case. I think you slide Reeves up to the point guard, start Jake LaReva, I guess. Um, this we can't lose this team is the point I'm getting to. Listen to the names I'm saying that they're starting versus us. If we let them come into our house and bully us, that's a problem. And I'm going to tell you how to fix the problem, and it's with consistency. We're only 5 games in. 5 games into the season, not a long time in terms of the NBA season. It's totally different than any other sport other than baseball. Football, obviously, we're like, oh, 5 games. Like, if I told you 5 games into the season, a football team wasn't able to find consistency on their offense, you'd be like, probably not a playoff team. We got time. We have so much time to figure this out. If we can survive until Ant's back and beat the teams we need to beat, we're going to be in a good place for the rest of the season. I am 100% sure of that. But the consistency needs to be found now. Now is a great time. There's no Ant. That's 38 minutes without Ant. We'll get to it in the next thing, but that's a lot of guys who are going to be able to find more consistent minutes. Dante, especially, we've talked about it. He played 65 games in New York, where he started for the Knicks, and that's when he averaged 15 points a game. That's his career high because he was playing an absolute shit ton for Tibbs. It's plain and simple. When you play for Tibbs, you're going to play a lot more minutes than you are in the Timberwolves rotation. He's a role guy for us. For them, he was a starter, and they were an okay team there too. It's just we don't run the same system, and Dante doesn't seem to be figuring out that, oh, I'm not going to be playing 25 plus minutes a game unless I'm starting. Even then, I might only crack 25 or 20 to 25. I have to be able to make shots just coming in. Like, I have to be ready to be a spot up 3-point shooter. And he got hot for a second last night versus the Nuggets, or 2 nights ago now versus the Nuggets. And he did it. He went like 3 straight. And then after that half was over, he didn't make another 3 in the second half, I don't think. I do not recall seeing him make a 3 in the second half. He maybe made one of those in the second half because he did finish with 12 points. So that's unacceptable, though. 4 total threes. You're going to make 3 in the first half and then 1 in the second half. Like, that's not what we're paying you to do. That's not what your role is supposed to be now. If you want to be the point guard, you have to be ready to handle the ball and find consistency. He's really the only one that is struggling with consistency that badly. The bench needs to find it. Terrence Shannon Jr. has not been good this year. Naz Reid had a much better game last night. And again, that's because there's a lot of minutes without Anthony Edwards that guys are starting to fill in. So Naz is another one that gets more playing time, and he gets to stretch out those minutes when he is, missing a lot of shots. This time he does get to put up more shots, and, he actually made a bit more. Like, I was very impressed with how he played, and we'll get to him a little bit more in the next thing as well. But Terrence Shannon Jr., let's just go to the next thing because it's going to lead into this. Terrence Shannon Jr. struggled with consistency, but who's going to step up in Ant's absence? Rob Dillingham absolutely struggled with the minutes he was given versus the Nuggets. The Nuggets are a pretty good team, but if he comes into this Lakers game and plays the way he did versus the Nuggets, Finch is going to sit him the entire game if he plays that bad after his first series of minutes. Rob turned the ball over at least twice in the first little bit that he was playing. He couldn't really drive and take smart shots. He wasn't finding a lot of assists easily. He wasn't doing exactly what we need him to do so that we can see him progress into the point guard that we want him to be. That's a problem. Terrence Shannon Jr. had a great rookie season last year for us. He was a spark plug off the bench. This season, he just hasn't been able to find his groove yet. Again, 5 games into the season. This might be a Terrence Shannon. I might have called him Terrence Clark. That is not the right name. Terrence Shannon Jr., this might be his game that he kind of wakes up into the season, I think, because we could end up blowing this team out if things go right like I think they should. So that'd be good. That's what we need to see from him. And Naz Reid is the other one who needs to step up into these minutes. He's kind of our big man reserve guy. He's going to play power forward and center minutes. So with those 38 minutes that Ant is missing, who's going to fill those in? Nas, you're going to see a lot more because everyone else is sliding up into different lineup spots. Julius Randle can't play more minutes really. You're going to see probably closer to 30 minutes a game at this point until we get Ant back, would be my guess, because he's already playing about 20, and I would put him at 30. He's good enough, and he's able to keep that pace going more than anyone. He played very well on the defensive side last night, which isn't something we see a lot of him doing. We know he's good on offense, but his defense has always been a little bit more lacking, which is weird for a big guy like that. But he needs to be the one to step up and start scoring. If we can get Nas averaging like 15 points a game, we're going to be in a very healthy spot. And that feels achievable. That doesn't feel like, please, please let him, like, we can do this. No, it feels achievable and healthy if Nas was to be averaging 15 plus a game as our sixth option, six man off the bench, you know? He's probably actually right now like the fourth scoring option. Probably. I mean, you would assume that it's going Randall, Jaden, Dante, Nas, Conley, Rudy. Maybe Rudy is like, I don't even think Rudy is a scoring option. Rudy needs to step up. Final thing I'm going to say, Rudy needs to step up. He's been playing little boy ball. He's been playing soft basketball all season. Need to see him step up and be the defensive centerpiece that we have brought him in to be, and see him help take this offense to the next level, because every team that Rudy's been on, he is a lock piece on the defense, and it lets the offense be able to kind of glide. He is clunky on offense right now. He's missing easy layups. He's not rebounding offensive balls. It's making everything a lot harder on offense. So that's what we need to see from the guys. We'll see what happens in this Lakers game. I'm excited to talk about it afterwards. We will talk then. Make sure you're dropping a subscribe, a like, a comment, and we will see you guys on the next one.